Good afternoon. It's Saturday night, and another episode of DSP is coming your way. I'm your host, as always, Josh. The only announcement I have today is one that I've been forgetting to mention. If you ever miss the show live, not only can you see it post-produced on my Instagram page here, but also if you don't want to watch it post-produced on Instagram because you could play it in the background, you can also find it on Spotify and YouTube by JFR Studios. He's post-producing it for me, so he's got the show up, post-produced up on YouTube and Spotify. If you guys ever miss it, and if you don't want to watch it watch it post-produced on my Instagram page because you're doing something, you'd rather just have it play as background noise, just like a normal podcast would, you can head over to JFR Studios on his YouTube page and his Spotify. And while you're there, you can also get caught up on the RC Disc Golf podcast. So tonight's guest is a friend of mine. He's not only known for doing a good job at his bartending and whipping up some good drinks, but he's also known for whipping up some good rounds on the disc golf course. So let's bring him in. Let's see here. All right. So all he has to do is hit the accept button, and we will see him pop up, hopefully. Hopefully it works that easy. I've never been invited into one of these. So, he declined. What a goofball. All right, let's see if I can do it again. Don't decline it. Accept it. All right, let's see here. Why do you keep declining it? Oh, maybe he's not ready. Hold on. All right, well, I guess we all wait on our guest for a little bit. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. All right, let's see if he'll join now. Let's go. All right, well, we'll keep waiting. So has anybody seen some of the new discs that Trilogy's dropping? In the meantime, we'll talk about this. They dropped the sweep a while ago, and it's going to become available soon. Definitely want to check that disc out. It's 9-speed, supposed to be more Saint, and then it's obviously 9-speed compared to Saint Pro, which is only an 8-speed. So it should fit that spot. And might kick the Escape out of my bag too. So, because the Escape does pretty good. I have the Kona plastic, the Kona Orbit one is a little bit understable, and now he's not there at all. All right, I sent it to you. There we go.
Hey, here we go. I had to turn the camera and mic on.
Oh, okay, perfect. There we go.
You're dealing with a Gen Xer here, man. I don't know this shit. I'm sorry, stuff.
Yeah, it's all good. All good.
I'm gonna try not to swear. I don't know what the guidelines are.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. So, so introduce yourself and tell us about yourself, like what you've done in your past for sports, how long you've been playing disc golf, and what got you into disc golf.
All right, well, my name's Anthony George. Well, that's my government name. Everyone calls me Tony, though. Um, I don't know what really got me into disc golf. Like, I started playing in the 90s when I was a teenager, but that would be like me and my buddies would go out there with like one disc each, and we would just have a case of beer, and we would drink beer and throw a plastic frisbee around. We didn't know nothing about no X step, no hyzers, forehands, things like that. We just having fun with it.
Yeah.
And
What
then, oh, I'm
really
sorry,
quick?
go
Yeah. What courses were even around back then?
just we just played Joseph Davis. That I
Oh,
think
okay.
that course actually got in the ground in like 1980. It's like one of the oldest courses in the area, if not the oldest. Don't fact check me on that. I have no idea for sure. Um, but yeah, and then I don't know. As I got older in my 20s and stuff, I kind of lost touch with disc golf. I knew nothing about a pro tour, nothing like professionals. I just thought it was like just an activity you could do with your buddies or your family or something. And then probably about like 2017, 2018, my one buddy started playing up again, and he's like, "Hey, I've been playing disc golf again. You want to come?" I'm like, "Sure." So I bought like four discs. I didn't even have a bag. I didn't know what the disc did, and I just played and like I don't know. And then I started watching. Then I started like YouTube and stuff, and then I'm like, "Oh, there's a pro tour." I started watching Joe Mez Pro. I'm like, "Oh, these guys are good." And then slowly and surely, I bought a bag. I bought a cart. I bought 9,000 billion discs. You know how it goes. You're like, oh, I found this sport. I got you. Just need one disc. Next thing you know, you got like 90 of them.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, and then I found Thursday Night Sanction League. I think it was in like late 2022, and I was like, this is kind of cool, kind of competitive. I like that spirit. I like competing and stuff. So I started doing that, and then I started talking to the people who were doing the league, and they're like, "Oh, there's tournaments to play. Check out disc golf scene, this and that." And that's when I got hooked. I think my first sanctioned tournament was something derby at the Dizzle. They had like it wasn't like the bi-week blitz layout, but it was definitely a safari layout, which was kind of cool. They had like two par fives and stuff, and I sucked. But you know what? I had fun, dude. It literally was like 105 degrees outside that day, sunny. Just it was like unbearable, but still had a good time, and I got hooked ever since, man. I like the competition. I'm not a sore loser. I won't take my ball and go home, but I like winning, and I don't know. At my age, I can't play football anymore. I would die. Yeah, I can't play contact sports. I don't like ball golf. I never really got into that. You know, there's not much left. Darts, pool, disc golf. I like disc golf better than all the other two.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So, last season, me and you were obviously in the same division last season. You were like one of the top guys. Like you got really good. And one of the major things that I noticed like last year was you really got in shape. So, what made you decide to get in shape, and what kind of effects has that had in your disc golf game and in your personal life?
What made me get into shape?
Yeah,
Uh,
like what made you decide to, oh, it's time to get in shape?
well, because I was probably going to die of a heart attack in the next couple of years if I didn't get into shape. But honestly, not to be all depressing and stuff, but my girlfriend of like 8 years just walked out on me, and like I just fell into a deep depression. I was always a big guy. Like I'm not saying that was the reason why I was fat. I just love food too much. Um, but I fell into a deep depression. I was just eating my feelings, eating, and then it was like one random day. I was lying in bed. It was like 2 in the morning, and I had like 5,000 calories worth of McDonald's with me. And I looked at myself, and I'm like, either I'm going to change my life, or I'm going to eat myself to death in the next couple months, and just die. So I called my buddy the next day, and I'm like, yo, man, I'm like, I need to go. I need to start going to a gym. I need to get my life together. And he's like, well, I belong to Planet Fitness. I was like, all right. So I signed up the next day, and we started going, and I haven't looked back. I don't go. I still go. Well, I don't really go to Planet Fitness no more. I've changed on to that, but yeah. Um, I don't know. It changed my life on the disc golf course and even off the disc golf course. Well, first of all, when you first met me, I was over 400 pounds. So I lost about 160 pounds at the moment. Um, I couldn't even do the X step. I was so big, I couldn't do the X step. That's a key component to a backhand, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't even get your footing down correctly. So, um, yeah. So I was just using all arm and just willing the disc to go somewhere. So there, so slimming down there, obviously, I'm not fatigued no more. Like, after 2 rounds, most of the time after 2 rounds, I'm going to work for another 6 hours being bartending, doing another 10,000 steps. So that helps there. But even in like my personal life, like I was wearing knee braces 24/7. Like if I didn't have a knee brace on, like my knees would be like they'd be screaming by the end of the day, like so much pain. And it's just like so I don't do that no more. I can bend down to tie my shoes. Like it's funny, just when you're a big dude, a lot of stuff it's hard to do. Like like just like simply bending down to tie sneakers. It's like no, I would tie them and then I would take them off, keep them tied, and then just like slip them on tied. So I didn't have to tie them. I don't have to do that no more. So yeah. Um, what else? Like obviously, like I said, I have more stamina. I'm healthy. I'm dead sexy now. Um, like I was always sexy, but now like I'm dead sexy. So no, it's just cool. Like everything. Like I have more confidence. Like I'm not shy. Like I don't walk into a room and like hide. I like to be center of attention now. Like it's just things like that has changed.
Yeah, that's
And
super cool.
now I've met a beautiful girl that I've started seeing. Things are good. Things are good. And I just need to bring one down. If I can win one, I'll be the happiest dude ever right now.
You were close last season.
I,
So speaking of that, last season you were really up at the top, like I was saying, and you went into a playoff, and it came. You guys were going shot for shot, hole for hole. You guys went to what, 3 or 4 holes in that playoff, and then
no, it was like 3 holes.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So you obviously had to grow mentally through that because you after that loss, it took you a couple of tournaments to get back into it. So, what growth have you seen in your game now since you gained that type of experience?
What growth? Well, you're right. Like after that loss, my season was done. I was done mentally. My season was kaput. The next week we played that one tournament where it was the one day at Outwater and the next day at Gasport. Yeah,
Yeah,
I shot horribly. Like I was mentally done, like drained. But um, you just, I just as I look back now, like yeah, thanks. I picked the wrong disc. Like I was going between two discs and I picked the wrong one and I threw it out of bounds. And sometimes I just don't second guess yourself. Sometimes you know what to do, and then you talk yourself out of it. So that's one of the biggest things. Another big thing someone told me was par can win MA3. Like no more hero shots. There's no need for the hero shot. I'm not that good. I'm not Eagle McMahon. I'm like I can't do the hero shot. So, like take my medicine, pitch out, and take a four. Bogey's not going to lose you the tournament, but like a double or triple could lose you the tournament. I learned a little, yeah, like things like that, like just mentally getting stronger. Like I'm capable physically, and now I'm starting to learn the forehand. So once I get that down, everyone better watch out.
yeah,
Um, yeah, so like just taking it hole by hole. It's all right to get upset. Like you have a bad shot, take a couple seconds, get upset. Be like, I'm better than this, blah, but then forget about it and move on. Your next shot is the most important shot, right?
yep,
Your next shot is always going to be the most important one. So you got to clear your mind, take your couple seconds, be mad, and then chill out. Whatever you need to do to zen back up. And then,
Yeah, that was something I noticed. Like when we were walking back to our cars for lunch break after first round. You had a rough first round last week, and I was talking to you, and it was pretty. It was completely different because last year, if you had a bad round, you'd be completely flustered, and that'd be it. But you were just like, it happens, whatever. And
it did
second round, you
happen.
came out,
Like,
you came out hot. So
don't get me wrong. I was disappointed. Wilson's my favorite course. It's a lefty-friendly course. In case people don't know, I'm a lefty. Proud of it. Um, so I always wanted to do well at Wilson because the wind was up. I'm still dealing a little bit with my back injury, and I was just off a little bit, and the wind enhances any mistakes. So I just had a bad round. Like I couldn't get centered, but then like I said, like after a round, I'm like, all right, there's another round. I can climb back up, and like the wind might be gone, but I can still finish in top, at least top half, if not top like 75%. In which I ended up doing. I think I climbed back to tie for sixth. I shot a -5 the second round. Sure, we were throwing off the Reds, but you know what? Whatever. That wasn't my choice. That's what they told us to play. So
yeah,
that's what I played, and then I shot like a -5. Like just I centered myself. I took the time for lunch. I ate. I relaxed. You know,
yeah,
and just chilled out, and then I was ready for business again.
yeah. That right there is like the biggest growth I've ever seen out of a person. Just to go from where they mentally shut down last season to now a couple months later in the beginning of the season, and you could just let that bad round go and plug right back in.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have bad rounds. I'm not, like I'm 875 rated player. I'm not gonna have great rounds all the time.
Yeah, we're amateurs. We're not pros, so I mean,
Mhm.
we're gonna have really good rounds and just a terrible round out of nowhere.
Yeah, and you know what? I've watched videos. I watched Joe Mez Gatekeeper go through where they had professionals and they had bad rounds too. So if a pro who's making money at this and this is their life is have a bad round, I'm definitely gonna have a bad round. So you just be like, okay, there's a next round coming up.
Yep.
Yeah, just move up the leaderboard. Just get those points.
So, since you've been playing for such a long time, it sounds like your bag has grown a lot since you first started. Has your bag changed at all from last season to this season?
From last season to this season, no. Well, actually, yeah, because the only change was I lost my Thunderbird, my champion Thunderbird from Innova, but and I threw in the long Bowman from Westside Disc. Very similar disc, and I'm actually starting to like Westside. I actually buy 3 Westside discs now. Like my bag is very mixed. Like I'm not sponsored by no one. I don't choose to be sponsored by no one. I really have no interest in that. So I like to throw what I want to throw. So my bag is pretty mixed. I would say I would say the most disc is probably Discraft in my bag. And then like Innova, I got some MVP. I got like 3 West Sides. I putt with a judge.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so like it's a very mixed bag, which I like. Um, but I never really taken anything out. I've added stuff as my bag grows. Like I've always like I still have slots missing that I need to fill, and like I'm looking for just to fill those slots. I haven't found any yet. But like so my bag has grown over the years, but I don't really ever take any out.
Yeah.
Like I still got my Champion Destroyer with the Death Eater mark on it. That's been in my bag for like 5 years. I still like the new Guest S is my favorite disc.
Yep.
I love that. I have 2 of them. One's so flippy that I can throw it on extreme hyzer and it can still flip out the flat and even turn over. Like it almost makes me play like I can play lefty backhand, righty backhand style with that disc. So it
Yeah.
helps out. Yeah. So I would say that. I would say Nuke SS probably my favorite disc. I would say the bag hasn't switched much. It's just grown.
Yeah,
because I put in a hex in last year, and I love the hex.
yeah,
You know,
you were growing with that last season.
I was, and I'm growing even more. It's actually actually, it's one of the few discs in my bag that I could throw forehand and backhand with.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's like it's versatile like that way. Like I can actually can take a little torque on the forehand, and I can still throw it feel comfortable with the backhand.
Yeah.
I added in, like I said, the long Bowman to replace the Thunderbird. I added in the sword from West Side Discs. Actually, last year I probably added all the West Side because I also have the Underworld.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I added those in. So I'm just filling up slots in my bag. Like I'm looking for something now, and if anyone has anything in mind, let me know. Um, like I got some discs that are like total meat hooks if I want to do like a skip shot, or like if I just need to get around the corner real quick. But I want something that is more like straight to overstable, so I can do like more of a pushing hyzer with it instead of a quick hyzer or just a straight shot. So that's something I'm starting to look for my bag now too.
What about a river? That might be what you're looking for.
It might be. I've never thrown a river, so I can't tell you yes or no. Yeah, if someone has a river to let me try, let me throw a couple times, I would love
Yeah.
it.
That it's a 7701. It
Yeah,
glides forever.
does it?
Yeah.
All right, maybe I'll give it a shot. Like, yeah, I do like my glidey disc.
Yes, yes, you do.
I'm not a very overstable kind of guy. I have some overstable stuff, but I do like my flippy, understable things. I
Yeah,
like my I like my hyzer flip shots. Those are my favorite shot in the game.
we got complete opposite side of the spectrum as far as
I know
bags go.
we do. I always laugh about it too.
Yeah, I'm a overstable flex guy, and you're understable hyzer flip
I
guy.
am.
So, looking to the tournament tomorrow, Bond Lake. What's our thoughts going into this one?
Um, play smart. Um, don't do nothing stupid. I'm gonna get bogeys.
Mm-hmm.
I always get bogeys at Bond Lake. Like my best round at Bond Lake ever is a +3, which I'm excited for. That's great, I think. So just be smart. Take the birdies when I can. Um, try to hit my lines. Try not to do, like I said, no hero things. If I'm out of position, lay up. That's what I've been doing this year. Like, if I'm out of position and it's like a death putt or like a scary putt, I'll just lay up now and take my par instead of going for it being 30 feet past and then hitting a bogey.
Yep.
So
I do the same. I do the same thing. If it's a scary putt and I'm not confident with it, I'm pitching up.
yeah, pitching up,
I'll just tap
man.
out. I'm good.
That's so that's what I'm doing. Like, I'm not going in aggressive tomorrow. Like, there's no need. There's 20, 40 holes. Like the first round, I'm just gonna play my game, do me, try to get close to par as possible. The second round, if I have to push, if I'm close to the lead and I have to push, maybe I will push. Maybe I won't. I don't know. See how I'm feeling at that time. And obviously, if I'm in the lead in the second round, just just don't make mistakes. Take the pars. Take the pars.
Yeah. Have you looked at the weather tomorrow? Are you
Yeah, it
prepared?
looks like rain.
Yep. What are you doing to prepare for that one?
Uh, cursing, I guess. I don't know. What do you do to prepare for rain? I'm bringing extra socks. I got extra shoes. I did buy a raincoat that I used. Um, what was that tournament at Joe D? Like singles at the Dizzle this
Yeah.
year? Yeah, when it rained the whole second round, I had the raincoat on. It worked nice, man. It really did. Like I wasn't really wet at all. The thing what I hate about the rain is not me. Like I can change my clothes. I hate the disc just gets so wet and things slip and like you slip when you're trying to do your run up and it's just like the risk for injury concerns me in the rain.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know, especially since my back is finally starting to heal. Like I had a herniated disc, the L4 herniated on me, where like I couldn't even get out of bed for like a week. That's how bad it was. So it's getting better. I finally got back into the gym again. I took like a month and a half off from the gym. I had to be smart about it, you know. And like I'm feeling good. I just so maybe if I got to sit there and do standstills and not hurt myself, so be it. If I don't win this tournament, I don't win this tournament. My health is more important.
Exactly.
You know, but then if the ground is dry and it doesn't rain, then yeah, I'm gonna go for it. You know, like we'll see how it goes. But yeah, first and foremost is just stay healthy, try to stay dry, and try to keep my spirits up. Because I've noticed when you people play in the rain, they're just everyone's miserable.
Yep.
Like the cards aren't fun all the time. Sometimes they are. Sometimes you get a good group of people with you in the rain. They don't really care. It's just I'm just trying to just keep my spirits up, keep positive, because that's really what matters at the end of the day is me being happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in the rain, like obviously you like your shots sometimes will early release
Hmm.
and grip lock. You just gotta learn how to laugh at it because
Yeah.
I'm not this bad. It's just because the disc is wet or
Oh
whatever.
yeah. I probably early release like 50% of my shots when I'm in the ring. It just slips out of my hand. Like trust me. Like I have like 8,000 kitchen towels that I bring with me. Um, that's my signature. I'm gonna stick with it. I have a bunch of towels. I'm gonna stick with my kitchen towels though. Um, it just you can't keep anything dry when it's raining all the time. You just got after a while you're just playing wet, and then
Yeah.
but I gotta realize everybody's playing wet. Everyone has the same advantage or disadvantage.
Yeah. I'm just waiting to see like a card like walk around with one of those massive like canopies that you see at like a festival where
Yeah,
each guy carries a corner
yeah,
and have it
everyone
big
carries a corner. Oh, I love
and
that.
then like
All right,
carry it over to where like the next person has to throw, let them throw, and the whole card carries it throughout the whole
nice.
course. That'd be
All
hilarious.
right, well we'll have to, if I move up to MA2 this year, we'll do that.
That's gonna be funny because everyone's gonna look at our card and be like, "Dang, they're smart."
They're smart. Yeah, nice. Uh, yeah. So I don't know. I am excited. I did play Bond first time this year on Wednesday, so it was nice to get back out there. Um, so yeah, I love Bond. Bond's a great course. It's the best course in the area, in my opinion. I'm sure people like other courses, and that's fine too. But Bond is it's a caliber course. So I'm just looking to have fun, shoot well. I think I started on hole 17.
Yep, you got a
Yeah,
good card too.
yeah, yeah. I got my buddy Bob with me.
Yep, you
So
got Mike Kelschenbach. He's funny.
is he?
I
I
play.
don't think I know him.
He's older, like kind of your age. Definitely funny.
All right,
Has a good time. He's just there to have a good time. He just doesn't
nice,
really care, and he's a blast. I played with
nice.
him a few times last year.
Yeah. So I didn't know him, and plus Alan. I know Alan. I like Alan.
Yep, Alan's
So
fun.
yeah, and it's always good to play with your buddies.
Yeah,
That's actually like I think about moving up to MA2, and I'm like, why should I? I think the only reason if I didn't like actually rate out to move up to MA2 is I miss playing with all you guys. Right? Like we played like there's so many people in MA2 this year that I loved playing with last year in MA3
yeah,
that I'm like, man, I miss these guys. Like might move up just for that, just for the
yeah.
camaraderie.
Except most of you guys will be in like the MP40 or MA40 division well before me, so I'll be sitting solo for a while.
Dude, like I would play MA40, man, but there's good. See, the problem with MA40 is it's just age protected. It should be age protected and rating protected. There should be like MA40 900 and above and MA40 like 900 and below or something.
Yeah,
Because like there's like I did play. There was a tournament. I think the first year I played Tom Beck Memorial. I played MA40, and I at that time I was like 835 rated. And there's a person in MA40 that was like 950 rated. Like, do I stand a chance against them? No. Like, so like that's why I don't know. That's why I haven't moved. That's why I haven't really made the jump to MA40.
yeah.
I think I have a better chance in MA3 than. with the young bucks.
I mean, ratings can be misleading
They can.
if the person just plays small courses at their local and like that's the only thing they do, their ratings gonna be insane. But that's why I don't think ratings really matter. Like I ignore ratings because like you can be against anybody any given Sunday. Like you could the higher rated person could have a bad round and you could just be on fire that day.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, anything's possible, but 9 out of 10 times, obviously, if I go up against an MPO guy, they're gonna beat me hands down. You know, like it's just I get that. It's just fine with me. Like if I challenge Paul Macbeth to a disc golf game, I think Paul Macbeth is gonna beat me, right? You know, I don't think I stand a chance against him.
Well, it depends the layout.
I don't think any layout against him, but you know what I mean. Like I don't know. I just like being where I am. I don't. If you guys move up to MA40, well, by the time you guys move up to MA40, I could play MA50.
Well, you guys will be. I'm only 33, so it's gonna be a while before I make that
No,
jump. But,
yeah, you're a youngin. I
yeah,
thought you were older than that.
no. So Chris and John are close, so they could jump up in the next year or two, and then I'm just gonna be sitting there by myself.
You think they're gonna jump?
I think so. I think Chris is gonna go MP40
Yeah,
because yeah, I mean he's throwing real good this year, and I think John's gonna be right behind him too because even John's throwing real good this year.
nice.
So
Yeah, I've been watching their rounds. It really does seem John's taking the next step.
oh yeah, it's pretty crazy. Like I was on his card both rounds last week, and it was pretty impressive to see how much he's improved.
Nice. Yeah, join me in
Yeah,
MA50.
50.
You got in 2 years I can. I'm 48 right now, so in 2 years I can join MA50.
Is that even like like I haven't seen that division? Is that an
Um,
actual?
there it is actual. They actually have MA60, MA70.
Oh,
It goes all the
okay.
way up. Most tournaments don't run it. A lot of times you'll see it when it's just like I remember I did a tournament at Hawks Landing a couple years ago. It was over the hill and through the woods. It was called. So it started at MA40 and went up. Like so, no young, no one young. So like there they had like an MA50, MA60, MA70 and stuff. So they do have it. You just gotta hope they offer it. That's the problem. You know, in this area, you're pretty. You know, it's like MA40 is pretty much most of what they do.
Yeah. So, final question for me tonight is what's your disc golf goals for this season and overall?
My disc golf goals for this season and overall: stay healthy enough to play for many years is my main goal. Second goal is to improve my putting always, um, and work on my forehand this year. You know, being a lefty, you kind of need a forehand. Most courses are righty friendly courses, so you kind of need that forehand. But then also I started helping do the point series. I would like to learn how to like run a tournament and stuff. That could be something fun in the future to do. You know, I have cool ideas. I look at courses and be like, oh, maybe if we change it up like this a little bit. So that's why I asked to help them. Those guys do the point series and stuff, and they agreed, and I appreciate it, and I'm just willing to learn. And I am. You know, we just did the one event so far, so the more we do, the more I'm going to learn, and then maybe next year, do a tournament myself. You know, that'd be kind of cool
Yeah, that'd be pretty awesome.
because like you never know when you can't play anymore.
Yeah.
Like if I can't play, like if I eventually can't play anymore, do I just want to stop with the community or do I want to continue? How do you continue with the community if you can't play? You gotta run stuff, or at
Yeah.
least help run stuff. You know.
I
Um,
would open a disc golf store at that point. just
yeah,
just
that's
be the
it.
old guy selling 10
Just
discs a
be
week.
okay. Well,
There you go.
I always had a great idea for a disc golf store. Now listen to this. I would call it Blazing Chains. It would be a disc golf and smoke shop. You go in, there'd be disc golf apparel there, obviously discs, carts, bags. But then, we'd be selling the flour and all that stuff too.
Yeah.
Because, like, for the most part, I know some people don't, but it seems to go hand in hand, disc golf and hippies.
Yeah.
Let's just say it that way. So I call it Blazing Chains, man. I even have a logo printed out and everything. Maybe one
Yeah,
day.
there you go. My idea would be to have like inside of a food truck, a disc truck.
Oh,
Show up to tournaments right in the parking lot.
nice.
There you go.
I actually thought about that too, man. Like, if I had a food truck, I would show up to tournaments. Like, there's always people there needing food. Like, go
Hmm.
lunchtime, hit them off for an hour, then you're out and go some another location.
Yep. So,
Nice.
do you have any questions for me, or
I do. Like, how do you like MA2, man? Do you like it?
it's
Is it overwhelming?
it's not overwhelming because it's the same layouts, but what I'm noticing is you have to play smart. You can't do the hero shots anymore, and MA2 guys can putt.
Yeah.
Like they're draining 30 footers for birds where I'm attempting to run it, but I'm not making it. Like these guys are even cashing like C2. So it's like, all right, that's kind of the major difference that I'm noticing is everyone is pretty crisp about where they want to land, and then they're very good with their putting, so they can make the birds
So
count
they're more consistent then.
very much.
All right. So that's the jump you got to do is get more consistent. But
And
do you like MA2, or you ever think about coming back down, or?
I love MA2. I'm the type of person that like once you make the jump, I don't want to jump back down. Even like
Yeah.
I know like for the big tournaments, I like Western New York AMS Championship. Like I've noticed a bunch of people who play MA2 dropped down to MA3, and then a bunch of guys that played MA1 dropped down to MA2,
Well,
and that bothers me. It's like my personal thing. Like if you make the jump to play better against better people, stay there. Don't try and take the easy win. Work for it. Earn it.
yeah, I could definitely. Maybe they. And I have seen it myself. A lot of people are jumping, and I think that has to do with Worlds AM coming here next year. But I'm not getting into that. I don't like starting drama. Do you? I say do you, right? Whatever.
Yeah.
Um, but I have noticed that like a lot of people, but sometimes you try to make the jump, and sometimes you just can't make the jump. It's not always bad to go back down. And
I mean,
I'm
if you
not
make
saying you. I'm not saying you personally, just anybody in
yeah.
general. Like you try to make the jump, it doesn't work, go back down. There's no shame in that. There's no shame in ever trying and failing, in my
No,
opinion.
stay there. Work through it.
I
Learn,
think
grow.
the only shame is not trying.
Yeah.
So yeah, this was fun, man. I appreciate that.
Hey, thanks for coming on, especially the night before a tournament.
Yeah, I know. I gotta get my lunch ready. I gotta get my stuff all ready to go, and I gotta work after the tournament because no one ever takes my shifts. Yeah, I take everybody's shifts, and no one takes mine.
Hey,
But
at the end of the tournament, tell everyone you're bartending and tell everyone to
I
show up.
do. No one ever shows up though. I tell people like, "Hey, in case you're hungry," and I get it after a long day. Um, last thing people want to go home and relax. I want to go home and relax.
Yeah.
I just can't. I go to work. At least I eat for free, so don't tell my boss.
Yeah, we'll keep that hush
Hey, I keep
hush.
that hush up to millions of people watching. Don't tell my boss.
Yeah. It's almost like don't tell my mom. Shh.
Yeah. Nice. All right. I don't know. Do you have anything else for me, or?
No. Other than I'll see you in the morning.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna go get my lunch ready and watch a movie with my girl and go to bed.
Is she gonna be on the bag tomorrow or?
She might. She hasn't given me the answer yet.
Yeah.
I told her Bond's a tough walk. So we'll see. I hope she is. I loved
Yeah.
it. I loved it last week when she was on the bag.
Yeah.
They did.
That was a big surprise. When you showed up, I'm like, wait, who's that?
Yeah, I know. Well, what can I say? I really like her.
So.
So want her to meet my disc golf buddies and stuff.
Yeah. Meet the goofballs.
Yeah, but I won't be mad if she doesn't want to go tomorrow in the rain and
Yeah.
bond 2 rounds. That's like over 20,000 steps. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm just hoping the rain holds off until like the very last like couple holes of the second round.
yeah, I'm hoping too. I'm hoping too. Hoping it just holds off completely.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah,
So,
nice.
all right, dude. I will catch you in the morning.
All right, sorry for the rough start, but I'm glad we had a good time.
Yeah.
All right,
So, all right, I'll see you.
all right, later, bro.
All right, bye. All right, cool. Thanks for tuning in this week. Good luck to everybody that's gonna be out at the tournament tomorrow at Bond Lake. It's gonna be fun. Hopefully we stay dry. I'll catch you all next week. Bye.